Netflix, talking about plateaued as well, I think, um, is shifting the way it ranks its most popular titles.
Yeah. So I came across this one again the other day. And I think previously what they've done is that they've been ranking. So, you have your top 10 or you have like most popular Netflix at the moment list. They were ranking them using a couple of minutes of viewing data. So if you'd watched, I think it was 2 minutes of a show from memory of the article, yeah, the 2 minute metric, then that counted as a view. And I think Netflix has realized that that's not a good metric to use because that's such a small amount of time. Like you sort of just get through the intro and you go, no, all right, I'm bored. I don't want to watch this. So I'm not 100% sure what the new metric is, but I think that they're probably putting more onto the longer viewership to actually rank those popular shows, which I like because I mean I've definitely found when I scroll through Netflix and I come across the popular titles and I'm like, who is actually watching these shows? This can't be like it just doesn't feel accurate. So it'd be good to see more accuracy in the feed there.
I wonder if it's also they're doing it now because they've gotten big enough that they can afford to put the money behind all this data aggregation as well.
Mm-hmm.
And um, all this also tracking, I've always wondered, and I always wonder when I see it, because how they sort of collate that data, or what data they take into consideration, has a real effect on the outcome, right? There's talks about, I look at it from like a bestseller list point of view as well. There's talk of, I forget, but you have to sell a lot of books, but really not that many books, for example, to hit a top seller list.
Mm-hmm.
And now it doesn't matter so much when it comes to Netflix, because I would say, like, that's just within the platform. You don't really win awards within Netflix. It matters when you talk about streaming numbers, most popular shows, but not so much when it comes to Netflix. Um, it could also, I think, sort of tie in with my point about the fact that they could probably improve their filtering of shows, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't. And I think I certainly have clicked into shows, watched it for a couple of minutes, and then jumped right out. And that is because their filtering's, I think, intentionally bad to drive you to want to click into shows just to check them out, because it's easier than trying to refine it down further.
Yeah, I can understand that thought process, but I just sort of go, that seems very counterintuitive to Netflix offering a service that they want people to enjoy. If they're constantly being led to shows that they're not enjoying because of a crappy filtering system, that seems like that would not be beneficial for anybody. Because it's not like
Well,
they get money from, well, I mean, they probably do, but from
hmm
viewership hours, but surely
well,
they'd
not so
put
much.
that into the actual successful shows.
Well, not so much of viewership hours, right? Thinking about it from a discovery point of view, they want you to discover as many shows as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a limit to how much they can push those shows to you. So if they make the searching process not as great, what are the chances that you'll stumble across something else that you'd want to watch, and watch that, and watch what you were looking for in the first place? It's sort of like on Amazon, they'd want you to be able to narrow down your search to a certain degree, but then it wouldn't hurt for them to show you a few products that aren't quite right but might change your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
that's fair.
that's sort of the logic I'm following, because otherwise, why, like, from memory, the last time I checked, all you can do is narrow down by genre, but that's not very narrow.
I think, I mean, again, being on Netflix defense side here, I think that when it comes to genres, I've noticed it through other streaming apps as well, like Amazon, for example. They're never accurate. And I feel like maybe it's really a subjective kind of thing where it's really hard to actually put these things into genres. And there's like titles that might fall into multiple genres. And it's just, I feel
But
like it'd
they,
be a
but
hard job.
they, well, Netflix does like tag multiple genres, but I guess the my point there is, why can't they add a filter for languages, for example?
Mm,
I mean, that's pretty straightforward.
yeah. So do you mean, filtering? I think
Like
surely they've got like a
English,
Bollywood filter or something. Is that the kind of thing you're after?
But does Bollywood mean that it's going to be in Hindi, or does it mean it's going to be in Tamil, or does it mean it's going to be in
Mm,
English? You
true.
know, that's
Yeah.
they could do better there, but again, they don't want you to because Squid Game, etc., has shown that a show doesn't have to be in English for it to be really popular.
Yeah, that was sort of gonna be my next thought in that you can, filtering by language maybe is a bit redundant because you can watch any show and put most languages into sort of a subtitles or dubbed sort of situation.
Yeah, saying that, Squid Game's probably the Squid Game, and then what's the other one? Alice in Borderland. They're the
Yes.
only shows I've watched dubbed recently. The last time I watched a
Mm,
show dubbed was when I was living in Sri Lanka as a 10-year-old watching Hindi movies and TV shows dubbed into Sinhalese. So until recently, there's no way, and even now, there's no way I'm going to watch a dubbed show. I just can't be bothered. It frustrates me more than anything else. So I get your point, but that actually speaks more to my point. I think that
mhm.
Netflix just goes, you can watch, like, if you like it or if it looks cool, you can watch it. Not quite as the original creator intended, but not far off either.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just a point I wanted to bring up. If
Yeah.
Netflix is listening, get back to us. Tell us why you do this. I just think it's a sneaky marketing thing.
Yeah.
um,